Well, legitimate problem for Urban Meyer, a problem that most coaches would welcome. I've got so many people leaving early for the NFL, and I'm still signing the #1 class in the country, but I might not have enough scholarships. Okay, very few people. Him and Nick Saban are the only two that I've heard complain about this. We heard DJ Durkin just so enthusiastic about the new signing day. Most of college football, Kirk Ferentz says 80 to 90% of the commits sign in February. Why not let them sign in December? So if it is about the student athletes, let's make it about most of the student athletes. And this sounds like it's best for most of the student athletes. Urban has a legitimate problem, one that a lot of coaches would like to have, and only very few have.
Yeah, but I think it's a tough conversation that he also has to have with guys that he's recruiting and guys that he really thinks that he wants on that roster. But because some guys may not go off to the NFL because they didn't have the season they wanted, or their draft stock is not high enough for them to say, hey, I can come back and get better, it creates a bit of a problem. But it's a great problem to have when you're one of the elite programs in all of college football. That's what this comes down to. It's about being able to get the best players into your university that you can. And he's doing that. It just becomes a number game. The unintended consequence is you're not sure because you're not sure if guys are going to be leaving early.
Hey, we've always fought the number game. When I was at LSU, I signed 28, 30 guys, trying to figure out who wasn't going to qualify and who was. I mean, we've been sweating the numbers for a long time as college football coaches. You know, it's a good problem to have.
I think it's fascinating to hear all sides of this because you hear some coaches who support the early signing day. You hear them talk. I heard them earlier in the show, and I thought that's a good argument. And then you hear Urban argue against it, and I thought he had a good argument too. So maybe what has to happen is that we have to tweak it a little bit. Maybe the date needs to be moved up even further so that schools that aren't, schools are coaching bowl games and waiting on NFL draft decisions can still make those decisions. If you have guys sign in August, September, then only the guys who are really sure, the Jalen Gills that Coach Meyer was talking about, only those guys will sign at the early signing date.
Yeah, yes, Saban has brought up, I'm in the middle of a championship run. Oh, we feel sorry for you that you're in the middle of a championship run. How do I get a team prepared and how do I recruit? Well, how many days do you have for a regular season game? You have enough practices to get ready for a championship game and still recruit. Right. And again, not many coaches have this problem.
Right. And the other